Okay, welcome back everybody for another episode of Master of Command following my Russian playthrough of the Imperial Army. We're going to start off real quick and do some housekeeping here. I have a few units that I need to rename. So first off, we're going to change these Russian musketeers into the Rostovsky musketeers. Give me just a second. Copying the name. There we go. And then the settled hussars, we're going to name them the. Hold on, I'm looking for the name right here. The Novoserbsky. Novoserbsky. I'm trying to copy the name from Chronoskoph, which is the resource I'm using for naming these units. And then oh yes, we needed to rename these Russian artillery recruits, and they are going to be the 1st Field Artillery Regiment. We'll just call them the 1st Field Artillery. 1st Field Artillery. And they are different from the observation artillery, so that's why I'm giving them the 1st rather than like the 4th. Let's see. Is everyone else named? Looks like it. Cool. Now all of our units have names. Note to self, these guys have the buckshot, and I need to use that more often. The Preobrazinski. And are you still recruits or are you musketeers? No, you are still recruits. Okay. Well, great. And you're a special unit. Don't I have a unit of veterans? I'm just trying to look at the units and see what differentiates them. This is probably the veteran because he's got the gold trim hat. Okay, so that is how we differentiate the veteran musketeers from the normal musketeers, is they have a gold trim to their hat and a gold sash, it looks like. Okay, I think we're ready to go. I have a bunch of junk in my inventory, and part of that is due to my hoarder tendencies, but part of it is also that I am going to sell it when we get uh, yes. When we... No, that's the item cost decrease. Isn't there a town where I can get more for, Huh. I thought there was a town that, uh, I would get an increased sale price, which it doesn't look like, but, um, I can at the very least wait until we get the Hearts and Minds Doctrine, which will allow us to sell our stuff for more. Well, it's kind of a bummer. I really thought that I could, I really thought I'd find a town where I could sell stuff for more. This is promising though. Danzig item cost is down, so things will be cheap here. This would probably be a good location to find items for the troops, like if I want high quality tea or high quality treatises or better rifles, etc. Um, Danzig is probably going to be the place to go. Anyway, I've done enough talking, so now let's go ahead and get started here. Let's come visit this slum, first of all. I can expend ammunition to get a bunch of guys, or I could just get some guys and not use the ammunition. I already have so many men. I don't really want to use the ammunition to. I don't want to spend the ammunition. Oh, winter is here. So now we're going to start going through more provisions, and we're going to be moving slower, which I think is incredible because I already feel like we are moving slow and consuming a ton of provisions. So now I get to do more of that. In any case, I hope that we'll have a battle here. Face a tough enemy field army, and we already have someone else coming towards us. Let's try to see. They've got 13,000 men. I'm wondering if I can fight a quote tough field army here and then fight them. I might have to run away for a little bit to replenish. We'll see. But let's try to fight the tough field army and see. Okay, we got some observation grenadiers. That's cool. I'm gonna switch out our Novoserbsky Hussars. I'm sorry. I'd rather have these observation grenadiers. And let's give you guys. Let's see. Well, we can take those items from you, and put them on here. And then let me see if I can find an observation grenadier name real quick. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it looks like they're just called Observation Corps Grenadiers. So we'll just call you the first Observation Grenadiers. You'll be hearing this firing brigade. What are your melee stats like? 50, 42, so you're certainly better in melee. And your shooting stats are kind of like on par, it seems, with the other musketeers. So, just debating whether I want to give them the military treatise. I'm definitely going to put this on one of the grenadier units. I'm just kind of waiting for the money to do so, I think. Because I like, oh, well, this isn't that important. Here, let's take off the cross pendants and put that on. Okay, that was a good switch. We can even sell these. They're not really worth it, in my opinion. And I'm feeling good now. Let's see this army that spawned. Oh my gosh, it's got 17,000 guys in it. Okay, guys. Full disclosure, I fought this battle and it didn't work out. I ended up putting my general in a bad spot. There was like a gap in my lines and he got shot, and it made a bunch of my units start routing, and a lot of units shattered, and I didn't think that the campaign was salvageable from that position, so I went ahead and closed the game so that we could have another attempt at it. So let's go ahead and try it. Yeah, it's very very humbling that I got bested and had a lot of units shatter, and felt like I couldn't dig myself out without having to save scum a little bit. But I want to try to make it up with this battle. We're going to try and do well and not fight silly. So what I think I'm going to do is have my units kind of congregated over here in this corner, and we're going to force their artillery to come up. I'm going to have my grape shot artillery over here on the hill, and we're just going to pick them off. And I'm going to put the howitzers over here as well. I'm going to keep these guys over here because I want him to be able to help with their really strong units over here. So I'm going to put our stronger fire units on this side. Sorry, that's the general. Our stronger fire units on this side. And then our weaker fire units will be over here, along with the grenadiers and the cavalry. So let's go ahead and do that. Have everyone divide up. We're going to have our Sibirski recruits come over here and act as bait. Sorry, you guys don't need to form into a line. You can go back to column for now. Let's go ahead and put our 2 grenadiers over here, along with the observation grenadier unit. We'll have these guys play supporting roles as needed. I'm going to put the Kievsky in cover over here, and then the Skovsky over here. The Preobrazhensky I will have helping out over here as needed, perhaps. And the Astrakhansky can be a reactionary force, just go where they are needed. We'll bring both of our cavalry units over here. And we'll speed things up a little bit. We're going to spread out the Siversky. Still not close. And let's unlimber. And they should be getting into range soon. So, as they come into range, their gun range, I mean, not ours, we're going to turn around and have the Siversky bring them in a little bit closer. And we're going to try to hit this unit since they have earthworks. They're going to be much more difficult to hit if they unlimber. So let's pull back a little bit more. Let's run them for just... Ah! That's scary. Yeah, let's try to get all of these units clear of the artillery fire. And then let's hit that unit. Yeah, I wanted to keep the pressure up so that they would shatter. So let's just keep backing them up. And next we'll hit, oh, they both have really good accuracy. Okay, so we got our shots off, that was good. Looks like their army is starting to advance on us. You guys don't need to run. Pretty good, and they shattered. So we used a fifth of our ammunition and we took out all of the enemy artillery. I'd say that was well worth it. Let's go ahead and have the Siversky over here. We can unlimber here, unlimber here. We'll bring the observation corps up a little bit along with these guys. And the cavalry will be over here. Bring forward these musketeers. Bring the Astrakhansky. Let's move you forward. Let's make a little bit more of a hole here for the artillery. And we'll toggle the limber. And I think that's a good hole for them. And they should march on us. Okay, yep, here they come. And so I'm just going to hold this position because of the hill. It's going to give the artillery better accuracy. And we want them to have really good accuracy because they're going to be instrumental for this fight. Let's go ahead and spread our observation grenadiers out. Seems like they're holding back still. Okay, but here they come now. Just looking at my line, trying to see if there's anything I want to change. Let's get Piotr back a little bit, since losing him made me lose the battle before. Let's see where we're at. We're at 68% ammunition. I want them to come in a little bit closer before I start firing. Of course, the howitzers can open up whenever they want. They take a really long time to reload, so I'm not as afraid of them running out of ammunition. Okay, so now they're acting kind of funny. Let's start setting up a little bit more. These guys have Potsdams. Oh no, don't charge again. Okay, it looks like those lifeguard are coming right at us, which is fine. I would love to be able to hit them in the flank. Okay, let's shatter them. Perfect. And let's move the artillery a little bit. And let's try to concentrate fire right here. Let's bring the observation grenadiers in. How are these guys on accuracy? I mean, they're not amazing. We should be able to defeat them. Let's bring up the Skovsky here and bring you over here like this, and let's move the artillery here. We've got these units in reserve, and then no, have you take your shot. Actually, let's hit this low morale unit if we can. Let's try to retreat a little bit here. I might get blasted in the side or in the rear. So, let's get ready to bring you guys around. Yeah, I'm sorry, just take the shot. And let's fall back here. Give them time to move up. Oh, I didn't realize they were shooting the completely wrong unit there. Bring Pyotr around this way. We'll probably lose that artillery, unfortunately. Unless... Okay, that's good. We're done. Yes, the artillery is routing, but it didn't shatter. or if they can get their grenades off. Okay, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't amazing. Those QSers are doing a lot of damage. Hit that low unit. Okay, looks like we've pushed those guys back for now. Let's go ahead and get reformed over here. Let's pull back those recruit units. Oh shoot. What the heck? Okay, and then let's keep coming this way. Let's bring you over here. Can you hit those cuirassiers? Where's Piotr? These guys really want to rout. Okay, good. Jeez. Okay. Whew. I think all that's left now is this one Prussian veteran musketeer unit. So let's go ahead and get everyone back over here. Let's just have these grenadier units line up. You guys can advance. Everyone's shooting this guy. Let's hold fire here, hold fire here. Who might not be coming back? The observation grenadiers might not come back. We'll see. There we go. Victory. But it was very costly. And I didn't get it on my first attempt. Okay, let's take a look at our losses. Honestly, we can sustain it with our manpower reserves. Okay, yes. So the observation grenadiers are gone. That is confirmed. But how much? That is a lot of food, but I'll take the money. Goodbye, observation grenadiers. And all the equipment that you had on you. We're still short here. Accuracy and range, I like that. Supply wagon also isn't bad. I'm gonna go for the accuracy and range. And our second fire brigade. We can give them better veterancy gain at the expense of morale. I will do it. I'll do it. We'll make you veteran musketeers. And could make you Slobodian. But I'm gonna hold out for the Dawn Cossacks. And what do you need? Oh, your observation. Actually meant you. You need 4 veterancy to upgrade. Okay, let's figure out what the heck we're gonna do here. We can give someone else the canister. So what's your range? 25. This is 47. Let's give you the better canister. You've got earthworks, that's good. Here, let's give you these earthworks. And I'm going to give you tea so that you'll shoot faster. Ugh, I hate it when I do this. Okay, and then we'll give you something else useful. Sure, haversack. Do I have anything else important? Let's keep that. Let's keep the coffee. Sell that. I'll hold on to the canister for now. Actually, no. Let's sell the canister. No, let's hold it just in case we switch over one of these howitzers to something else. We can put our settled hussars back in, the Novoserbsky. I definitely want to give these Charlevilles to someone. So let's give it to the Kievsky. If I can find them. Here we go. And we'll give these good Tulas to Potsdam, Charleville. You can have the good Tula. 12 and 19. What is it? 12 and 16. Actually. You take the good Tula. You get the normal Tula. Or maybe even the land pattern. And I'm not ready to fight this guy quite yet. So let's go over to this encampment. Looks like he's gaining on me. so let's try to outrun him. Sure, let's take a staff officer. That's good. We can give it to this unit, right? Yeah, we can. And then he'll get increased veterancy gain. I need to keep trying to outrun that unit until my replenishment is finished. It's going to be really slow though. Ooh. Oh my gosh, there's so many armies. Bagpipers will give me better charge, so I can do that, and then I can hand them to these grenadiers. And still waiting on my replenishment to. Well, that is unfortunate, but now we're gonna have to fight them with our not fully replenished army. So let's go ahead and give you the bagpipers. Coffee. Who could use coffee? Sure. And then the quartermaster, which we can give to the cavalry. It will lower their morale, but I need them to gain more veterancy. Okay, with that, I think we've got our work cut out for us here. Because the Astrakhansky won't be super useful, and the Sibirsky have also taken some pretty significant losses. But what I can do is I can take the lowest manpower regiment and have them be the bait for the artillery. Nice horse, yes. Okay, Freikorps. I'm not too worried about the Freikorps Jaegers. Famous last words. They'll end up beating me up. Gosh. Freikorps Musketeers. Prussian Veteran Musketeers. And they have Lifeguard. Let's think. Is there... I could try to hold this hill here, let their artillery walk up, and then once they get all shot to pieces, I can occupy this town here. Unfortunately, that will put us fighting their strongest units first. Which I'm not the biggest fan of. I could set up here, put some units over here. I don't Love that I don't have any cover on this side, though. Okay, let's just set up on this hill here with our artillery. We'll have the howitzers behind him, and he will help out on this flank when it becomes relevant. So, and if we can get them into the river, that would be really useful. Let's get our Grenadier units over here, with a special note that he's very weak at the moment. We'll put our cavalry over here. Let's get our guys here. Who's still missing? Bring them over here. And the lowest is the Astrakhansky, so I'm going to have them act as the bait. And I'll probably have them sit over here and draw fire. And then yeah, I think we're all set up except for the general. So let's go ahead and do that. And now I think we're ready to deploy. Okay, so you come up here. Let's bring our 2 Grenadier units around this way. Bring you guys. Actually, I don't want you coming forward yet, because you're going to get hit by stray cannonballs. But I will have you guys come over here. You go ahead and unlimber, but hold your fire. What's the range on these guys? 440, 400, 460. Here, let's hit them if we can. You're good. Shattered. Now let's try to hit this other unit. Okay, not great. Let's move you guys over to try to minimize stray fire. Okay, perfect. What's the Freikorps range? 350? Okay, so they're going to be taking a minute to get into range. And let's speed things up here while we're reloading. And shatter them, please. Okay. So now let's get these units in to play. Yeah, hit that Freikorps Battalion Artillery, knock them out, and then we'll be good. Perfect. I hit those cuirassiers, because they're going to be a pain later if we don't deal with them. I'm glad they have something useless like a T reload ramrod, I should say. Let's unlimber you. And let's come over here. Let's make a hole for that artillery. Let's see, are you deployed? You are not. Okay, Rostkovsky. Get into position over here. Let's hit these veteran musketeers. Let's bring the cavalry over here. Let's move up these grenadiers. What are you guys shooting? Hopefully not the Jaegers. Okay, good. And I'm going to bring the cavalry up on this front. Let's unlimber here. You guys can come occupy the house a little bit. Let's try to turn you some more. I think the Preobrazhensky should be back up over here. I forgot to keep track of when they're crossing over, so that's my bad. Yeah, let's actually have the Preobrazhensky come over here. Skovsky can be back up here. And I'm worried that our artillery is going to get targeted. Oh, Pyotr, don't run into the front. let's have both of you hit these guys. And let's just send you charging in. You guys can come up. Okay, no surprise there. Okay, yeah, both of you guys hit that veteran unit. Oh man, they've actually got way more grenadiers over here than what I thought. Not grenadiers, cavalry. Okay, those guys are done. Oh, I think we lost our hussars. Okay, let's try to form up before those hussars come in. Don't fire. Okay, hit them. And then you hit them. Hit them. Okay, very nice. How are we doing on stamina? Honestly, not super great. Let's have you hitting them. Keep up the fire on that guy. Those lifeguards may come back. Oops. How we're doing here. Let's bring the cavalry around over here. Good job. Let's retreat. And let's have you guys charge in. Shoot, man, they're running. Here, everyone Aim at them. Now, let's have you try to charge in here. Stop shooting the Jaegers. And... okay, good, we made contact. And they've shattered. Let's try to bring the cannon over a little bit to get a better angle. Piotr, give these guys some courage. So now I just need everyone to hit these guys. Yeah, let's pull back. There we go. Got him. Okay, these have turned into extremely bloody affairs. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with this. Let's see, we lost 5,000 guys. Let's go ahead and take the conscription, try to make up for our losses. I'm sorry, settled hussars. Combat effectiveness, yes please. Yeah, let's go with the melee. I didn't get enough veterancy on these guys to do anything. And I think I keep thinking that this is the, I keep thinking this is like the base Russian unit, but it's not, it's this one. We did get some cylindrical ramrods, so that's good. Let's, give that to them. We have good spontoons here. Got some good herbs. Here, let's give... I want to give him the pocket Bible. Maybe I'll just hold out for right now. Let's, man, I don't know how I'm ever gonna fight these, encamped armies, jeez. They're really strong. I think I would need another brigade of units if I can get to that point. Okay. let's sell off stuff. How much? Russian rider recruits. My problem is I don't want more cavalry really, especially rider recruits. But everyone else is pretty expensive. Man, I'm really at a loss here. Land pattern muskets. What should I do? Just sell off all of this? I mean, yeah. Definitely the Neustadt I can sell. And that. And the crosses. What's in the foundry? I mean, I could just get better artillery. I could get an 8-pounder Lycorn. That would be cool. Ooh, Shuvalov. I don't need the accuracy horse. I don't need these crosses. I probably don't need the bayonets if I'm buying more advanced infantry. How many units do you have? 19,000? Jeez. And how many do you have? Uh-huh. Well, if I raid one more settlement, I'll get the Horse Grenadiers. So I got that going for me at least. My question now is, well, if I purchase a new brigade, it's not like I have the units to put into it at this moment. What do we have here? Good Charlevilles, good Potsdam, good land pattern, excellent land pattern. I could give my cavalry some basic carbines. I think my problem is I have like I'm doing okay for right now on units. Like I feel like I have enough for the battles, but I need to make sure that they're more effective. So let's put my money towards that. And part of that can be upgrading the artillery. So I could get like a bronze 3-pounder. That would be good. I'm not going to get this bronze 12-pounder. I could get the Lycorn. Bronze 6-pounder. I mean, here's the thing. Okay, so if I buy these 3, I can do it. And then I can sell off the guns that I already have. Uh, Maybe the licorn is not needed. Whatever, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna believe in the artillery. And I can't forget to also buy some more food at some point. So let's give you the better 3-pounder. Let's give you and I'll give you the licorn, and you can have that 10-pounder howitzer. All this stuff will sell off. Let's also decide what we're going to sell off here. I think I'm going to sell off the Jönköpings and canister probably wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, let's sell off all of that. For sure. And does everyone have decent bayonets? Yeah, everyone seems to be fairly well equipped on bayonets. I don't think I'll need those. I can just keep the Kirasir sword, just in case. These I can sell off. Or I mean, these I can sell off. And I mean, you know what? Let's sell off the bayonets. We really need the money. We're really hampering ourselves by just holding on to stuff. So let's sell off 2 of the Tula muskets. And the rest of this, let's see if we can find a way to equip it. Here, I'll sell to the foundry since we just gave them a ton of money. Okay. So now let us buy a little bit of ammunition. Buy some food. Restock. And let's see who's low on items that we can give more stuff to. Let's see, morale and stamina. Okay, so let's give you the herbs, sure. And let's give you that Bible. You could use something, so I'll just give you cheese. We've got these half gators, these Tulas. Maybe we buy some better rifles for the men, or better muskets, I should say. So let's see, I could buy an excellent land pattern, which I don't think I'll do, because I'd rather get 2 good weapons versus 1 excellent weapon. Here's the quartered musket. I know my friend Jacob wants me to buy this. I'm just not in a good position to buy it at the moment. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and buy these good weapons and try to do a little bit better in our firefights. Okay, so where are our best men? Remember gold trim. So let's give you... I'll give you the land pattern. And I'll give you a good pot stam. And where... What have I given... Okay. And then, let's see. The Kievsky have good Charlevilles. We'll give you... Actually... What do you have? Charleville, basic Potsdam, land pattern. We'll give you the good Potsdam. And we'll hold on to both of these. Actually, let's sell the Potsdam. Sell the Potsdam. And... I'm really struggling to think if I should sell these other things or not. I think we'll hold on to them for now. But I really need the food, so maybe I won't. Yeah, the cuirassier swords, we can sell that. I don't want to get more cavalry. And we'll keep the rest. And then let's buy some food, just to make sure we stay on top of that. Okay, let's now... Let's now come check out this battlefield. If it's like a tough army, we know that's going to be really difficult to find, or difficult to battle. Shoot. Okay, let's do this. So now we got another recruit, surf recruit. I'll give you the excellent, or the good spontoon. We'll give you the more basic one. And you can take some of that, and we'll give you Charlevilles. And now we're low on food. So, how much do we burn a day? 15? Let's go into foraging and... Let's see if we can get down to Hammerstein. Okay, there's a fairly big army coming at us, but I think we can take them. And I'll make this the last battle. Okay, they've got a bunch of... They've got a Grenadier, 2 Fusiliers, Landmilits. This feels like famous last words, but this feels like easy mode compared to what we've been fighting. Okay. We should be able to outrange them. So, let's see, what do they got over here? Oh, just their musketeers. Okay. Yeah, let's try to take like minimal losses in this battle. So let's go ahead and we're going to deploy on this hill with our artillery. Okay. So what we're going to do is walk this unit over here to the hill. We're going to have our surf recruit, which I need to name at some point, stand over here. And we'll have these two also come to the hill. This unit will stay back. We'll have these guys come over here. We'll have our good units, I think, kind of we'll have them over here. And then let's take these two. Actually, here, let's just take all three of these guys and put them down here. And everyone should have a move order. Yep, so their artillery is going to advance on us. We outrange them. And we'll see how our new artillery performs. And let's have them hold fire. Let's have you guys run, because you're in the way. And let's open up. Excellent. And you need experience. So let's definitely make sure that you're up here. You don't have to run anymore, you can walk. But let's bring you guys forward. Here, let's come back. Let's have this artillery come into range so that we can destroy it. And we'll have our guys here start to deploy. Let's bring the grenadiers around over here. I think I actually messed up with my deployment. I should have put the melee troops over here. Let's take a shot at these musketeers while they're just walking up. Let's put the Przezinski over here. And let's hit him when we get the chance. Excellent. And now you can just fire at will. I don't care who you hit now. Let's go ahead and work on our formation over here. I really need these guys to get a lot of experience. So why don't I actually bring them over here? What are these guys like in melee? 62. Oh, we'll crush them. Oops. Yeah, you need to unlimber. Okay, my bad. And let's form into a line here. Here, let's back up a little bit, just so that we don't get targeted. Okay, they picked a target. Looks like they have a lot of cavalry coming around this way. Let's go ahead and put our Novgorodsky into a line, and we'll keep these Mailovsky in reserve, ready to charge. Ready to charge. Okay, they are officially retreating. Let's get the St. Petersburg cavalry in there. Let's hit this, let's hit the land millets. Hold fire for now. They should break upon impact. Okay. So now we'll let them reload. Our surf recruits we need to have fighting. Okay, open fire. You guys braced? Just about. Nice. Let's warm up this way. These guys are getting lots of kills. Excellent. Okay. Oh, those hussars recovered. Okay, nice. These horse surf recruits. It's gonna be hard to get them enough experience. Oh, Cossacks don't get shot if you can avoid it. And let's go ahead and just speed up. This will be over in a minute. There we go. Overall, minimal losses except for some of these units over here. I think I'm going to have to go with the veterancy and food option because I think we're out of food. Yeah. Although that's really good money. Maybe we can walk. I, I think it'll take like at most 2 days to get to this village. I think we can handle it. So yeah, let's take the money and ammunition, and we can just buy up a bunch of food because this isn't really very much food. Okay, we'll finally be able to upgrade them into dragoons. They'll be better because they'll have a slightly higher charge, but their regiment size will go up, which will be really good for us. Let's see. Let's get a fire perk here, if we can. I do like the flanking fire. I don't love taking more melee damage though. I'm gonna go with the stamina and the veterancy gain. And with the artillery... Oh, morale damage dealt. Okay. One guy who left a comment was saying that morale damage dealt is really good, so let's do that. And then let's go into forage mode and come over here to Hammerstein. And let's sell some junk. That's not necessarily junk, but that is. And let's buy up some food. Manpower is really expensive here. But I don't know where the next closest town is. We are also 40 days from the HQ attack, which is not great. But I'm gonna buy one thing of manpower and one of ammunition. And I'm just gonna look and see what they've got in here. Nothing too impressive. And in the barracks, they've got surf recruits, which I do need for when I open another brigade. Yeah, let's go ahead and buy the surf recruits. I'm sure they'll come in handy eventually. In worst case scenario, we can draw down their manpower and use it for the rest of our army. These cylindrical ramrods are good, but they're also super expensive. So now, let's go ahead and raid this town. Now we got our horse grenadiers, and we got a handful of items. We'll come check out this convoy. It's right over here. Oh, we can buy a bunch of food here. Face a weak field army. I like the sound of that. Okay, let's capture the items and face the weak field army. Oh, look at that. Half our size. This will be great. Anyway, I'm going to stop the video here. I'm not going to start another battle. Next time, we'll go ahead and finish Act 2. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Also, let me know if you think that it's cheesy that I tried that one battle multiple times. If you guys think it's cheesy and you think it's lame, I can just go ahead and stop campaigns. I'll it's gonna be really damaging for my pride. But I can go ahead and post like the losing battle and then just start over a new campaign if you would like, or I can just kind of cheese my way through those really unfortunate battles where I lost because of something silly like my general was out of position. In any case, please, as always, let me know what you think. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe. I appreciate your support, and we'll see you in the next video.